Hey there! In today's video, we'll be flying from Los Angeles to London aboard an American Airlines 777-300ER in economy. During this trip, I will show you what the Admirals Club is like at LAX, what to expect in economy on American Airlines long haul, and my honest review of the experience. We begin our journey here at LAX aboard the Flyway bus. If you'd like to see more on how to use this service, see my video here. Apologies in advance if I'm lacking some footage. This was our first flight with our toddler on a transatlantic flight, and they kept us busy. We will be flying out of Terminal 4, which is undergoing massive renovations. The new check-in area was very nice, but void of any staff, and bag drop took way too long. After clearing security, we headed to the Admirals Club in Terminal 4. Lounge access is not included in an economy ticket, but I was able to access the club by being an authorized user on a Citi co-branded card. The lounge in Terminal 4 is one of 3 Admirals Clubs at LAX, but currently the Terminal 5 lounge, which I think is a little bit better, is closed as that terminal is being completely rebuilt. The lounge has a decent amount of seating, especially if you go past the bar into this TV viewing area and quiet area. We were traveling with our toddler, so we decided to respect the quiet area and sit at one of the tables near the bar and food area. We were visiting in fall of 2025, and the menu had been updated to their new fall menu. I went with the hot food option, which was Argentinian slow roasted beef and potatoes. It was fairly tasty and very filling, surprising for lounge food. It was time to head to our gate, which is an adventure nowadays at LAX. It involves many elevators and underground passageways. This is because the whole middle part of Terminal 4 is being worked on, so we had to go underground to the tunnels that connect the terminals behind security, then go back up at the end of the pier to the gates that have been renovated. This construction is supposed to be done in 2027, but LAX has been under construction for the last 30 to 900 years, so who knows how long it actually will go on for. That being said, the new terminal area is quite nice compared to what was here before. There's more natural light and a little higher ceilings in the gate areas. One thing that has not improved was the amount of seating, especially with a wide body operating out of these gates. The artwork by artist Alison Kanoth helps to add some color, and I really like this old school American Air neon. The positives stopped there, as the gate agents working this flight were some of the rudest and most unprofessional I've encountered. I know they deal with a lot and not for much pay, but this is a new low. Now that we're finally on board, let's take a look at our seat for the next 10.5 hours. The legroom is non-existent, especially for someone like me who is 6'4". The seatback had a universal plug, retractable remote, and a decently sized touchscreen that was very responsive. There are air vents and lights above, as is tradition. It was a quick taxi to the runway, and soon we were roaring down the runway thanks to these gigantic GE engines. This was a nighttime departure, so the flight attendants were eager to get the drink and meal service done. I know that the cliche is economy food sucks, but wow, this was one of the worst meals I've had in the skies. It comprised of chicken pasta with a frozen roll, cheese, and cracker, singular, salad, and a brownie bar for dessert. We pre-ordered a children's meal for our toddler, and it was much better than ours. Theirs came with a potato salad, honeydew, roll, and a much better quality penne pasta dish that they tried to throw on the ground. We all attempted to sleep, which was close to impossible with how uncomfortable the seats were. Here's a quick look at what one of the lavatories looked like. There's a changing table, and it was in fine condition. Hello. Shortly after flying over Ireland, we were served a cold breakfast consisting of granola, yogurt, and a fig bar. I'd say bring your own food on this flight if possible. After breakfast, we began our descent into Heathrow, but ended up doing the traditional holding pattern that I feel like every flight has to do. Luckily, we only had to do a couple loops before being cleared to land. Overall, this flight was fine. The seats were uncomfortable and cramped, the crew was hit or miss, and the food was terrible. We did arrive safely and on time, which is not to be taken for granted. I know almost all airlines are terrible when it comes to long haul and economy, but I think I'm ready to try some other products to see if there's something a little less terrible. The only saving grace was that this flight was free with a mix of miles and flight credits. I wouldn't recommend flying American unless the price was really, really good. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'm off to the pub.